Here is an interesting question on dividing polynomials. The polynomial x cubed plus px squared minus x minus 2 has x minus 1 as a factor. What is the value of p? When we say that x minus 1 is a factor, it means that the remainder is 0 when you divide x squared plus px squared minus x minus 2 by x minus 1. Right? That's what it means, right? So we can do this question in a couple of ways. One method is we can just do log division and then equate the remainder to 0 to find the value of p. The other way is that we can use the remainder theorem. So we are trying to divide a polynomial by x minus 1. The remainder is 0. Since it is a factor, that really means that the value of the polynomial for x equals to 1 should be equal to 0, right? Should be equal to 0. That's what it means. So let's substitute x equals to 1 in the equation and find the value of p. So what do we get? If I substitute 1 here, I get x cubed 1 cubed 1 plus p minus 1 minus 2, right? That gives us p minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 0, 0 minus 2 is minus 2, right? Now 0 equals to p minus 2 implies that p is equals to 2, right? So we get our solution, which is p equals to 2. Well, many of you have not done remainder theorem as yet, right? In that case, we should do it by long division or synthetic division. So let's first do it with synthetic division, okay? So in synthetic division, what do we do? Let's write down, okay, so we have x cubed plus px squared minus x minus 2. We'll write down the coefficients here. The coefficients are 1 for x cubed, then p, and here we have minus 1 and minus 2. Dividing by x minus 1, so 1 goes there, correct? Okay. So the process is bring down the number, which is 1, multiply 1 by 1, you get 1. And now you add p and 1, so you get p plus 1. Multiply 1 by p plus 1, so we get p plus 1 here, right? Now add them up, so when you add minus 1 with p plus 1, you get p. And now multiply 1 with p, which is p, place it there, so you get p. And when you add them up, you get p minus 2, correct? Now since the remainder is 0, p minus 2 should be equals to 0. That gives us p equals to 2, the same answer, right? So we get same answer by dividing, right? Well, let us do long division, as some of the students have not done synthetic division. So let's do this once again, right? And we'll do it this time with long division. We have x cubed minus plus px squared minus x minus 2, and here we have x minus 1. So first thing is we need to multiply by x squared, so we get x cubed minus x squared. This is the tricky part. Px squared minus x squared is what? It is, you have to take x squared common and you get p minus, and minus becomes 1, so p plus 1, right? So that becomes within the brackets, right? So you get p plus 1. Now you have to multiply here by a factor, which is p plus 1, since times x. So let's add p plus 1 times x here, multiplying, and let's bring down minus x. So we have minus x, correct? So that is what we get here. If I multiply by p plus 1 times x, we get x squared times p plus 1, and on this side we get minus of p plus 1 times x. Now if I take away this, then we get x is common. Let's say minus x is common, right? And we get 1 minus x we took common, minus of this, right? So we get 1 minus p minus 1, right? That is what we get here. And on this side we get minus 2. Let's bring down minus 2, which is 1 minus 1 is 0, so basically we get plus p here, right? So plus px. So I could rewrite this as, if you multiply it, you get px, right? Px minus 2. So what we should do is, we should multiply this by p. So we'll say plus p, and when we do that, we get px minus p. And when I take away, I get minus 2 plus p. Now in this case, the remainder should be 0. That is to say, now this is the remainder which we need to equate to 0, since we know x minus 1 is the factor, right? So that implies, let me now solve on this side, that implies that minus 2 plus p should be equal to 0, or p is equals to 2, right? So we get the same answer, p equals to 2. So you can adopt any one of these methods to solve this particular question. I'm Anil Kumar, and I hope that helps. Thank you.